Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Winter 1 pre-final race here at North Texas Karters. So this race is the first race of the year. We're starting to get the karting season back and running again. So it's been a while since I last drove this kart on this track, so I'm going to be a little rusty, but you know, it's kind of like riding a bike. You'll remember. But for this race, we're starting in 7th out of 15, about mid-pack, which is not too bad. For this race, I was really struggling to warm up my tires. If I remember correctly, it was quite cold on this day, and it did rain before the first practice session started. Obviously, it's plenty dry right now, but it did kind of cause the track to be a little green. So tire temperature and heating up the tires is going to be crucial, and those first couple of laps are just going to be really challenging for me. Now, for those of you who are familiar with NTK starts, the inside is a very good place to be. So I am on the inside. I'm starting 7th, so not a very bad place to start. I'm expecting to gain at least one position at the start. Going down here, Ian in front of us gives us a wave. Give him a wave back. Hey Ian, how you doing? So for the start of this race, we're just going to stick it on the inside, follow Ian ahead of us, and just try and keep it clean. Hopefully we gain some positions and just move on from there. So we're going down the straight here. If you're new to karting, basically what happens here is we just push people down the straights just to make sure we get the best start possible. So flagman waves green, we're good to go. So right off the bat, we're gonna pass Alfred, who's on our right hand side going to turn 1 here. We go up into 6th place. We're almost gonna go side by side with Hunter here in kart number 67, but we weren't quite close enough to send it. And now we're down or up into 6th place. We've gained a position like I thought we would. Now we just got to try and catch up to Hunter. He's slowly pulling away from me a little here. And like I said at the beginning, tire temperature was a big problem for me today. I could not get my tires warmed up fast enough. So it's going to take me a while to get my tires warmed up. So I just got to try and do my best and make sure no one passes me. But coming out of turns 8 and 9 here, I do actually get a good run. So you can see I am, trying consciously to make sure I'm not making too many big mistakes. Hunter goes a little sideways through turn 1, but I had to back off through turn 1, so that's why he pulled away there. Going through turn 2, again, tires just aren't quite there. You can see Hunter's kind of pulling away from me. So throughout all the practice sessions and qualifying, I noticed that my tires really didn't come in until about lap 3 or 4, which is not good, especially in a race. You want to be on it immediately. And so that's going to cause the people in front to kind of pull away and the people behind to kind of catch up. I tried jacking up my tire pressures and stuff like that. I think, I just couldn't quite get it. Maybe I could have done different setups. But I was just working with what I got. Alfred from behind is going to try and go for the move through turn 1, but I get the old switcheroo on him. And we take 6th place back again, and you can see there's just a bunch of people behind me now. That's Cohen looking for the move through turn 3, but I've got the inside. They're going to go 3 wide going to the chicane, but they all back off, and they point forward. So they're pointing to me. They're saying, hey, let's go past Chris. So they're going to have to work for it. I'm not going to give it to them easy. We saw Alfred go for the move through turn 1, so I'm not going to make it easy for them, but yeah, these beginning stages of this race, I'm really struggling. Now, looking back on this race, I know the reason why I was struggling for tire temperature, and it was because I was running a pretty hard axle. I didn't want to change the axle, as looking behind, Cohen's going to send it through turn 2. Kind of hard to block that one. And Kurt is going to put it around the outside going through turn 3. He had more momentum than me. I didn't want to fight that one too hard. And now I've got Alfred from behind. He's going to look for the move going to turn 7. So you can see everyone's just passing me. And looking further ahead, we can see Kurt sends it up on Cohen. And you can see Cohen's just tapping his helmet, pointing forward. He's basically telling all of us, hey, let's stop fighting. This is not worth it. Let's put our heads down. Just be a little more docile. We don't have to fight constantly. And we're on lap 5. We're halfway through the race. Alfred's not going to listen to Cohen. He's going to send it, but I think Cohen saw what I did earlier, and he did the old switcheroo on Alfred, and Cohen's able to take 7th back. And I think at this point in the race, Alfred went for the move, didn't quite work for him. And so I think he's going to try and work together with Cohen a little more, because he started not going for as many moves and started kind of pushing Cohen. But going back to what I was saying before all this passing started happening, I was really struggling for tire temperature at the beginning of this race. Now my tires are in pretty good condition. You can see going through turns 8 and 9, I caught up a fair bit to Alfred in front, so I'm pretty confident with my tires right now. But the reason I was struggling for tire temperature was I think I was running a bit of a harder axle compared to everyone else. If you don't know anything about karting, or if you've never wrenched on a kart, changing an axle can be a pain in the ass sometimes. And sometimes if the next race is going to be a little warmer, for me, it's not really worth it, because I just hate changing an axle. So I'm willing to bear through it. I'm not here to win any championship. I'm here to just have fun. So this is an 8-lap race, and the laps are slowly going down. And after this lap, we're about to be on the second to last lap, and that's where people really start to go defensive and really start going for moves. So looking forward, we've got Alfred there. I think we can try and look for a move on Alfred. We don't have to worry about the people from behind. There are 2 people behind us, but they're really not close enough to go for any moves. Now, unfortunately, Alfred has the draft of Cohen in front of him, and if you've ever seen F1 or anything similar to F1, you get a slipstream train effect, so it can be hard to catch up to someone, especially when, I screw up corners like that chicane back there. So I'm really not quite close enough, but once they start battling, that will really slow them down. And if they, take each other out, or, go offline or something, I can pounce on them when they're least expecting it. Okay, so we're rounding out lap 7. We're now on the last lap. We can see that Alfred is much closer to Cohen now, and he's definitely going to try and go for a move on him. If there's a window of an opportunity to pass either one of them, I'm definitely going to go for it. Don't have to worry about anyone from behind, so we can just focus on the 2 people in front of us. So coming out of the chicane here, I think Cohen senses how close Alfred is. He's going to go defensive. Alfred's going to go to the right-hand side. And going through turn 7, Alfred's actually going to try and hold it around the outside. Doesn't quite work out for him. And now we're side by side with Alfred going through turn 8, but he's got the inside, and unfortunately I couldn't quite make it work going through turn 9, and we're going to round out this race in 9th place. Now, unfortunately, we did end up in 9th place. We started in 7th, so we did lose 2 positions, but I still had a whole lot of fun during this race. It's always fun racing with these people. But that's all I'm going to have for today. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please do comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.